Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello friends, welcome to Entry. I am Rizat Shambeg, your quant educator, and today I will discuss again 2019 SBI PO prelims paper. But remember, in the earlier video I have discussed about the simplification and number series questions. But in this video I will discuss arithmetic questions. Why arithmetic questions? Because as we have seen, the latest trend shows that examiner is focusing purely on two topics. One is DI and the second one is arithmetic topic. So if you have these two areas covered conveniently or confidently, I believe you can clear your examination. So must watch this video to get the exposure about how to approach the arithmetic portion. Let's move on and let's see what the questions are like in the SBI PO 2019 prelims paper. Look at this. The first question says about the partnership. Look at this. In partnership, you know that you have to focus on a ratio pattern. One thing you should remember, the whole concept of all the quant segment must be based around ratio, because if this is based around ratio, it will be helpful and easy to solve. Yes, some of the people might not ever understand that how to approach a particular question. So look at this question. A started business with 600 rupees and B with 900 rupees. So there are two persons initially, A and B. A has started with 600, B has started with 900. After 5 months, B left and C joined. So after 5 months, B left. That means B had stayed till 5 months. And after that, C has joined. So one new person has been arrived, and that is C, with a capital of 600 less than B. So B had invested 900. That means C has invested 300. Okay, if at the end of the year, so that's clear, because A will kept for whole year, B will be there for 5 years, while C will be there for B will be there for 5 months and C will be there for 7 months. Okay, let's take out the ratio. Okay, 3 and here 2. So it will become 24. It will become the ratio. The final ratio will arrive as 24, okay, 15 and 7. Okay, so we have got 24, 15 and 7 as a profit of A, B and C. You know that profit is directly proportional to capital and times product. Okay. All right. So if at the end of the year C was getting 3,500 rupees, that means this 7 ratio has to be equivalent to 3,500 rupees. So 1 ratio equals to 500. Now they're asking about then find the total profit at the end of the year. So total profit was 24 and 22. 24 and 22 is 24 and 22, 46. So we have to multiply 46. That means we will get 23,000 as the final answer. So it was a really good question. You just need to understand how to approach it. Some people get confused while solving and they will say, sir, B has been left. So why included B? Because B was there till 5 months and after that C arrived. That means all the 3 people were there during the whole year profit. Okay, so that's the scenario. Let's move on to the next question and let's see what the next question says. The next question is based on profit and loss, and you know that profit and loss provides some of the really good question. Look at this. Cost price of A is twice the cost price of B. So cost price of A is twice the cost price of B. That means the ratio we have got of cost price for A and B. If the selling price of B is 3,600, so B's selling price we have got is 3,600 and it is sold at a profit of 20%. All right, so if you're selling it at 20% profit, that means out of 100, if you are comparing, you know that if you compared profit to loss, that has to be compared with on cost price, and this 100% will be cost price. So 1 ratio is the profit on 5 ratio of cost. All right, that means the whole selling price will become 6 ratio, and that has to be equivalent to 3600. So 1 ratio equals to 600. Okay, so we have got the 1 ratio equals to 600. Now they are asking about to find the cost price. Okay, look at this. Here the cost price of B is in terms of 5 ratio, while here it is in terms of 1 ratio. So what we will do, we will multiply it with 5 to equal both the ratio, and then we don't need anything, just compare it with 10. That means the final cost price of A will be 6,000. Hence your option B will be the correct one. That's a piece of cake question, but you need to understand the concept as well. Just comparison between ratios and it will be easier. Let's move on and let's see what the next question. The next question says, the next question is based on train. Alright, look at this. The train A crosses a vertical pole at the speed of 15 meter per second in 20 seconds. So vertical pole, this train has crossed. Let's say that train has a certain length, certain speed. The speed is given in terms of 15 meter per second. If this train is crossing a pole in 20 seconds, that means that pole will cover the whole distance covered by the train, and the whole distance covered by the train is also a length of train itself. That means the length will cover is equal to 15 into 20, that means 300. So we have figured out the 300 meter length of what? 300 meter length of train A. So the length of train A is 300 meters. Speed of train A is 3 meter per second less than the speed of train B. That means the speed of train B is what? I'm not saying the speed of train B is what? The speed of train A is 3 meter per second less. That means the speed of train B is 18 meter per second. Okay, and the length of train B is 30 meter less than train A. That means the length of train B is 270 meter. Okay, because length of train B is 30 meter less than train A. So if train A's length is 300 meter, that means the length of train B is 270. Find the time taken by train B to cross 270 meter long platform. You know that whenever train crosses a stationary element, which is you can say that a huge, or you can say a platform, or like a standing train, stationary train, it will cover both its length as well as the platform or the stationary thing's length. That means the whole length will be combined and it will become 540. This 540 will be compared with 18 to get the value of time. Okay, that means 30 seconds it will take to cover the whole 540 distance, because 270 it will cover the platform and the rest of the 270 will cover itself. Okay, so let's move on and let's see what the next question. The next question is based on boat and stream. As I have always told you that this boat and stream question will always be asked. Look at this, the speed, the ratio of speed of boat in still water to the speed of current. So we have got the ratio of boat and water. If the ratio of time taken by the boat to travel d kilometer downstream, so we have gone d kilometer downstream, okay, to the time taken to travel d minus 45 kilometer. All right, so we have figured out that means d minus 45, it has to be upstream. Okay, look at this, upstream is 3:2. So we have got the time. Let's say that d by what? Downstream. The downstream speed must be added with, must be the sum of boat and water. That means 11x. While the second d minus 45 distance must be the what? Must be upstream, and its time, its speed will become what? Its speed will become 9x. and the ratio of time, because distance time is equals to distance upon speed, but this speed varies. Why? How varies? First it is downstream and the second one is it is upstream. In downstream the speed will increase, in upstream the speed will decrease. Okay, so this x will be eliminated and we have to figure out the final answer. That means 90 upon 11 d minus 45 equals to 3 by 2. So 3. Alright, so that means 6d equals to 11d minus 11 into 45. Now 5d equals to 11 into 45. So how we can find out? The value of d will come as 99. You get this. We need to find the value of d and we have got the value of d by solving the equation. So it was a good question. Just need to remember the concept. The next question based on age, and you know that it is one of the most important one. 4 years hence the sum of ages of A and B will be 16 years more than the sum of the present ages of BC. Let's say the present age of A is AP, B is BP and C is CP. 4 year hence. Alright, that means we have to add 4 year in both A and B and it will become AP plus BP plus 8P. 4 year hence the sum of ages of A, B will be 16 years more than the sum of the present ages of B and C. That means the difference between these value and this value will be equal to 16. So one thing will be eliminated and we have got AP minus CP equals to 8 years. Okay, so the difference between the present ages of A and C will be 8 years. Now 4 years ago the sum of the age of A and C was 32 years. So 4 years ago, that means this time we have to subtract 4 years from here. 4 years and 4 years. Alright, 4 years ago the sum of the ages of A and C was 32 years. That means AP plus CP will be equal to 40 years. So we have got AP and CP equals to 40 because this 8 year will be added to the right side of the equation. Now we need to figure out the present age of C. That means we have to subtract it. That means A will be eliminated and we will get minus twice of CP equals to minus 32. That means the value of C of present age is 16 years. So I hope you all have understood it. Just listen to me very carefully. You don't have to write all these data. Just remember one thing. Let me give you a clear glimpse so you have a idea. Just remember one thing. You will say that it's a lengthy process, but it is not. Look at this. 4 year hence. 4 year hence. The 4 years hence. Okay. That means after A and B's age is 16 years more than B and C's present age. Okay, that means we have to make an equation and we can made it easily. And 4 years ago the sum is also given, so we will make two equations and solve it efficiently. Okay, the next question is based on time and work, and you know that lots of questions are on time and work. Look at this. 40 men can complete a work in 48 days. Okay, so 40 men can complete a work in 48 days. That's the total work. If 64 men started working and after X days, if 64 men started working and after X days 32 more men joined, if the remaining work is completed in 16 whole 2 by 3 days, then find the value of X. Then tell me how you are going to find the value of X. Okay, so 64 men is started. All right, so 64 men started. Let's say that this was the total work. Okay, this was the total work. 64 men started. Okay, and started working after X days. 32 more men joined. That means the total have become 96. All right. If the remaining work is completed in 16 hole 2 by 3 days, that means 50 by 3. Okay. That means this is also a total work. If the total work is same, then we can easily figure out. Now we know that the data is a multiple of 16. 16 4s are, 16 6s are, 16 3s are. Okay. Let me figure out some more data. Here 3 2. Okay. 2 2 20. All right. Anything else? Yes, one more thing. 2 25 and 10. That means this has to be equal to 30, and this has to be equal to x plus, and this has to be equal to 25. So the value of x arises 5. Okay, so it was a good question. Just need to remember, just need to focus on the concept. Look, I have not multiplied any of the larger number. I just simplify it by using the calculation trick. Okay, so you need to be smart enough to use your calculation trick on a particular question. That's it. Let's move on to the next question. The next question says that cost of gardening the circular field at 10 rupee per meter square. So circular field, cost of gardening a circular field 10 rupee per meter square is 3465. Okay, so we have got the whole cost. That means if we divide it by 10, we will get the whole area of a circular field. 52565953. Okay, so 693 divided by 2 meter square is the area. Now next, side of the square field is side of the square field is S, is equal to the diameter of the circular field. Find the perimeter of square field. Let's say if we want to figure out the radius, we have to make them equal pi r square. So pi r square is equal to 693 divided by 2. That means 22 by 7 into r square is equal to 693 by 2. Now we know that we can solve 11 2s are 22, 11 6s are 66, 11 3s are. Okay, and r square equals to 63 into 7 divided by 4. Now we know that it will also divide in 9 and 7. So r equals to 3 into 7 divided by 2. That means 21 by 2. If radius is 21 by 2, that means its diameter must be equal to 21. And you know that the side of the square field S is also equal to the diameter of circular field. So if diameter of circular field is 21, that means the side is also 21. That means we can figure out the perimeter, because the perimeter of a square is 4 into side. So 4 into side is equal to 4 into 21. That means 84 will be the correct answer. It was a piece of cake question. You just have to get the concept. Alright, let's look at the next question, and the next question is on ratio pattern. So let's solve it in the ratio way. 4 years ago, the ratio of ages of 4 years ago, the ratio of ages of A and B is in terms of 9 and 11. So it is a 4 years ago. 6 years hence, the ratio of ages of A and B will be 7:8. Okay, the ratio of ages of A and B will be 7:8. So the whole gap between 4 years ago and 6 years hence will be 10 years. Let's look at the difference between these two persons, because the only thing universal, the only thing will remain constant is the difference between these two persons. In 4 years ago, the difference between these two persons was 2 ratio, while here 1. It is not possible, because the difference between two people cannot be changed whether we are talking about the present, past, future. So we can do one thing: by multiplying with 2, we can simply equate the difference. Okay, now the difference has become 2. Now what will we do? We will simply compare, because we have made the ratio difference equal. So from 9 it has become 14. That means the ratio raises 5. Similarly, it has raised 5 as well. So the difference between these two ratios has arrived 5 ratio. So this 5 ratio has to be equal to the whole ratio, whole years. That means 10 years. Okay, because it was 4 years ago and it is 6 years hence. So 1 ratio equals to 2. Now we can figure out any of the durations age of any of the person. Let's say that they are asking about find the present age of B. That means if we put 11 ratio, we will be getting 22 years. If we are getting 22 years, but you know that this 22-year age is of 4 years ago for B. That means in the present, B's age will be 26 years. If they had asked you about A's age, you would have taken 9 ratio, and that would make 18 years, and that 18 years was 4 years ago. That means we have to add 4 years to get the final present age of A. But here they are asking about only B's present age. That means B's present age will be 26 years. Clear case. Let's move on and let's see what the next question is. Alright, let's see the next question says. The cost price of 2 chairs is same. The difference between their selling prices is rupees 90. Okay. On selling 1 chair, a person got a profit of 12%. Okay. So profit percentage of chair 1. Okay. Chair 1 has been given as 12%. While the profit percentage of chair 2 has been given as what? 18%. Now we know that the cost price is same for both the chairs. That means if we add 12%, we will be getting 112% as a selling price of chair 1. Now again we can add this 100% similarly because the cost price is same for both the chairs. And the difference between the selling price has been given, their selling price has been given. So we can directly take the difference between these two profit percentages. That means 6% equals to 90. So 1% equals to 15. Now if we multiply it with 100, we will be getting the cost price of each chair. So cost price of each chair is simple 1500. Okay. So I hope you all have got the concept. So that's it from my side, guys. I hope you are enjoying the session. I hope you are getting the concept I am teaching you. I hope you are liking, subscribing and sharing the channel Banking 2.0. Don't forget to join my classes on 9 p.m. So remember one thing, just keep watching Entri and we will keep providing you all the good videos. Till then, thank you.